all and welcome to the latest Craft Mania Sunday Showcase. I'm Jamie and I'm going to be your host today as I take you through a very jam-packed video. We have got literally loads of new products and lots of special offers for you as well. Now with all of our videos, our offers are only valid for 1 week only. So the offers you're going to see today will end at 5 PM on Saturday the 24th of March 2018. To be honest, I think quite a few of these bits are going to sell out before then, so don't miss out, get in quick. Of course, as always, you can have your items held to be collected in store, or of course you can order them online and have them posted to you literally anywhere in the world. Check out the website for all the details, and I'll chat a little bit more about postage towards the end of the video. I'm going to start off today by taking you through all of the different products, then I'm going to bring you back and we're going to have a little look at how we can use some of them, and then I'm going to show you a few of the cards I've made with them, just to give you a few ideas. Now I'm going to be honest, I absolutely love today's collection. I haven't had as much time as I would have liked to work with it and make as many samples as I wanted to, but don't fear. These items will be used in many lessons coming up in the future, and you're going to get to see lots of bits pop up on our Facebook page coming up soon, showing you more ideas on how you can use these products too. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, so get in while they're new and get them while they're on offer. So we're going to start off by looking at some stencils. These stencils come in packs of 2. So this is your code, by the way, is STEN1. They're $4.99, and in here you get a diamond with its actual insert panel and a hexagon with its insert panel. Now you might be wondering what they're all about, but I promise you, you're going to want them. They are amazing. There is so many things we can do with them. It doesn't matter what style of crafting you're into, we can really dress them up and play about with them with different inks and paints and mediums to create stunning effects. I will be showing you how to use these shortly. Next up we have Sten 2. Same again, $4.99. This time you're going to get a heart with its middle piece, and you're going to get an oval with its middle piece. I haven't actually got to use them today because we are so low on stock on them that I didn't want to steal one for myself. So don't miss out on them, they will go incredibly quickly. Next up, we have these. Now these are a bit of a mouthful. I'm going to try this, but I guarantee you at some point in today's video I'll probably get this wrong. They are COSMIC SHIMMER SHAKERs. It doesn't sound that bad until you try and say it quite a lot. What they are is they're like the pixie powders, basically. Instead of being a pixie powder where you get several colours in one bottle, these are concentrated to just one colour. Basically, we were talking to the company about these that actually manufactures them, and Phil Martin decided that although he loved pixie powders, he actually wanted to be able to have a consistent colour scheme. So unlike the pixie powders where you're going to get mixed colour results and it's very hard to control getting the same colour scheme time and time again, with these being solid colours, it gives you more option to repeat it time and time again and get it right. You can of course use them like you do your pixie powders, so this is just one background I've done using a few different shades to make up my own effect. You can of course, like we've done on previous videos, you can dye flowers with them. This one's still a bit wet, so if you're wondering why it's on the paper, I haven't yet dried this one, it's been that fresh. But you can of course dye paper flowers with them. You can do loads of different techniques. If you haven't seen pixie powders before, I urge you to go and watch our introduction to pixie powder video, and you'll just be amazed at them. There's so much we can do with them, and these are really just another version of them, but just concentrated to one colour. These are something I've been painting a lot with today, but you're going to get to see these on loads of videos. I absolutely love pixie powders, and you've probably picked that up. If you are somebody who watches a lot of my videos, most weeks I do something with pixie powders. I think these may well fit into that scheme, and you're going to see a lot of them. But let's have a look through the colours. They're $2.99 a pop, by the way. If you do wish to buy more than one, you can get 4 for just £10, so it's a nice little saving to be had there. There's 12 colours available. You're also going to be able to get them free. You're going to get 1 pot free with every set of stamps you buy. I'm going to be showing you the stamps next, but do get your pen and paper ready because I think you might want some of these to go with your stamps, or if not, why not splurge on the 4 for £10 offer. So to give you an idea of your colours, we have Lush Pink, Teal Ocean, Vintage Gold, Delicate Blossom, Rich Wine, Cornflower Blue, Bright Sunshine, Electric Blue, Green Grass, Raspberry Rose, Heather Meadow and Purple Paradise. Now, of course, you may notice a lot of them names because they do crop up in other Cosmic Shimmer products as well. So there's no reason we can't use them in conjunction to create different effects as well. So much we can do with them. I think you're really going to get bored of me waffling on about them as the months go on and the videos keep coming, because you're going to see so much of them. Let's move on and show you the stamps. Now, don't forget, as I said, for every set of stamps you purchase, this week and this week only, you can pick one of them Cosmic Shimmer Shakers completely free. So don't forget to ask for them, especially if you order online. When you order your stamps, pop in the comments the colours of the shakers you would like free, and then we'll just send them out for you. Ever so easy to do. We'll explain more on the website, but that's the simple way of popping it. Now, the flowers. I often have to confess this. I love flowers, but I have no idea what they are. And I'm really terrible at trying to remember them, and I'm quite shocking, really. So, although they do all have names, I've tried to keep this simple. They are now known as flower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That's my cop-out. But hopefully it will save me trying to pronounce them, because I've got no idea. So, flower 1, to give you an idea, is this set. I know this one's going to be popular because I know lots of you love the dragonflies. And of course, we've got really lovely dragonflies in here with your water lilies. Loads we can do with that set. I've done a couple of projects with it I'm going to show you shortly. One of the things I would urge you to not miss out on looking at is the texts that come in these. I'll read out a few of them as we go through the sets, but for this one you've got fly free, live in the moment and enjoy today. And they're nice little sentiments, aren't they? I've also hooked the stamps out of the packets above them. These are actually my ones, just to give you an idea of how big they are. Because in the packs they've shrunk the image down a little bit on the front, so you can actually see how large these are. Now, $11.99 a set for these, which may seem slightly steep for a set of stamps, but these are a bigger sheet than you're used to possibly, and they're certainly a lot more detailed, and they're very deep impressions. You're going to certainly get what you pay for. It's like most things in life, isn't it? They really are good quality stamps. And of course, don't forget, you're going to get a free shaker worth $2.99 with each set of stamps. That certainly helps towards the price point a little bit as well, doesn't it? But they are beautiful stamps, and so much we can do with them. Moving on, we have flower 2, again $11.99, as they all are. And this one, we've got a few lovely text bits. What have we got? Never give up on a dream, follow your heart, and you are my sunshine. And I love this. This is actually the largest stamp that you're getting in this set. There's also a really nice little butterfly hidden away in the top corner here as well. I've used that a couple of times. One of the nice bits with these, they all sort of work together quite nicely. So if you do end up with more than one set, there's certainly a lot you can do with them. I haven't really even got to touch the surface of these. I would quite have liked to have just done one set of stamps and managed to do all 10 sort of samples with one set. There's just so many things we can do with them that I feel I'm cheating you slightly this week because I'm not showing you them to their full potential, because there's just so much. But you will get to see a little bit from every set, so at least it's going to hopefully whet your appetite. Flower set number 3, again $11.99. Text in this one, we have creative minds, inspire others, make it a great day, and life is a song, love is the music, which is a lovely little sentiment. And I love the single flower head in this one as well. I could see that layered in quite a few ways, and of course you've got the leaves to go in with it as well. So much we could do with that set, really beautiful. Moving on, we have flower set number 4. Again, this one is $11.99. Slightly smaller text in this one. These ones we've got sent with lots of hugs and kisses, which is lovely. Certainly good for inserts. You are amazing. We love that sentiment, don't we? We don't get told that one enough. And you are loved. Again, really nice for the inserts. And of course, we've got the lovely big sort of floral sprays and even a couple of little small ones. And again, another cheeky little butterfly hid in that one as well. Moving on, we have flower set number 5, again $11.99. Text-wise for this one, we have a lovely day and smile. I think they've tried to cram more flowers, you know, in this one, and they're a little bit larger. Lovely flower displays in this one, to be honest. Really like this, and I love the way they've coloured it on the packets. To be honest, the way they've coloured them is much better than the way I've coloured them. I'm not the best colourer by a long shot, and these certainly give you a better idea of what you can achieve than looking at my colouring. So don't be fooled when you look at them. You can create stunning things with these. Moving on, we have flower set number 6. Now this one's got lots of text in this one, so let's just give you a couple of these. what you imagine you create. Sometimes all you need is a hug. Oh, that's sweet. Dream big, sparkle more, shine bright. I like that one. Lovely set, isn't it? And I love the fact they're quite nice sizes, and they're nice if you want to sort of stamp all over a sheet, and I'll be showing you that again shortly. So lots we can do with them. Then we have some 3D embossing folders to share with you. So we're going to step back over here. This one is code 1, so 3D 1 is your code for this one, and it's actually a frame, so you've got 4 corners here. If you haven't seen a 3D embossing folder before, hopefully you can pick up on the depth of the embossing. It really is very deep. The actual folders are made in such a way that they've got sort of different layers to the actual embossing bit and the impression part, so it creates a really deep 3D effect. These are the first ones I'd got to play with, and I think they're lovely. Really, really nice to work with. I've tried to do it on a cardstock that you'll actually be able to see the depth of it, so hopefully that's working, but it's always hard to tell on camera how that's going to show up, but they really are really deep. That was your code 1, $5.99 for these, by the way, so they're not expensive, and they're slightly larger than our normal embossing folders, so really good value for money. This one is 3D 2 for your code, again $5.99, and as you can see I've done a couple of these because I wanted to show you a pearl one as well. So this one's a really nice swirl, hopefully you can pick that up on there. But of course we could ink them, we could gild and wax them, we could gild and polish them, you could pixie powder on them, you could cosmic shake on them, there's loads you could do with these to highlight them patterns a little bit more. This one I'm going to show you one I've actually attacked with a couple of inks and bits. This one is code 3D 3. And of course it's an all over floral one. This one here, I did it on white card like you can see on my white sample, and then I've just stress inked over the top of it using wild honey and then fired brick for the top of the flowers, and then I've actually painted in using the Cosmic Shimmer Shakers as paints, the little details in the leaves and on the petals, just to give you a different idea. But of course you don't have to, you can just leave them plain, or as I said earlier, we can attack them with lots of different inks and gilding polishes, etc. to really pick up on the depth of the embossing. But they're really stunning. If you're panicking if you could use them in your machine, they should work in all leading machines. I was using mine today in my cut and emboss, and they work absolutely like a dream, no problem at all, and just give you that really lovely embossed effect. Now, if you're already wondering how you're going to pick between all of the different bits today, I know it's sometimes quite a struggle, so we've put together a super mega bundle. I know, we've gone one up, haven't we? It is lots of money, but you get lots of money's worth of stuff in it. Your actual bundle should recommended retail price go out at £130 and 78 pence, but you can buy everything for just £100. That means you're getting the stencils that I'm going to show you in a moment how to use. You've got both sets of them in there. You've got all 3 of the 3D embossing folders. You've got all 6 sets of stamps. And you've got all 12 different colours of the Cosmic Shakers as well. So really incredible value, saving you obviously £30 and 78 pence, which is a great little saving to be had. We have very limited amount on the super mega bundles. So if this is something you're looking at and thinking you want to get, don't dilly-dally. Get it while we've got it, because I think they're going to go quite quickly. That's a really lovely saving to be had, isn't it? Of course, if you are shopping within the UK and you want it posted to you, you're going to be well and truly above our free P&P. So it's even going to come to you completely free of charge. So £100 delivered to your door. What more could we ask, eh? Of course, if you are shopping abroad, no problem. We will send it to you there as well. Anywhere in the world is fine with us. Just check out our frequently asked questions page on the website and it will tell you how our international shipping works. So, let's show you how we can use them stencils. That's the main thing I want to show you today, because I'm really in love with these. And I know sometimes when we look at stencils, they just look a bit boring and a bit flat, and we're not too sure what to do with them. I'm going to try and do this quite quickly, because I don't want to keep you watching me for hours, because I'm sure you've got more to be doing. But when you do this at home, take a little bit more time and care over it, because you're going to get a better result than I will. I'm just putting that out there now, so that when you look at this and think, oh, we've made a mess of that, it's simply because I don't want to keep you waiting too long. There is no real right and wrong way to start with these. I'm just going to say how I do it. I take the middle part to begin with. You can hold this anywhere on your card. If you're working actually on your card blank, you can do that. There's so many ways in which you can work with these, but I'm just going to show you my favourite as such. I'm going to try and use two quite contrasting colours because I really want you to be able to pick up the difference in what I'm doing. So I'm going to use chipped sapphire for this part. I'm just going to hold my diamond in place. Now the good bit with this as well is when you look at the stencils, you may be thinking, oh well, I tend to make larger cards than that or smaller cards than that. It doesn't actually matter what size card you make, because it's down to you how far outside of your middle shape that you ink. So for instance, if we wanted to do this on an 8x8, that wouldn't be a problem, or all the way down to the sort of size of the diamond. It really is up to you what you wish to do. Of course, if you were doing this at home, you could masking tape your diamond in place, and that would help you lots. But I don't want to keep you waiting for me to keep doing things like that. So we're just going to rough it and complete this as quick as we can. So all I'm doing is just stressing around the edge of it. Now obviously where we hold the diamond, it will create a masked effect and hopefully mean that what's left underneath is completely white. So I'm not going to worry too much about my edges, because hopefully you're getting the idea now that you can see that's protecting what's underneath it, and I'm working around the sides of it. Now again, you don't have to do it this way, but I'm going to show you the way that I would recommend you do it. I'm now going to take a different stamp. So this time I'm going to go for a script stamp. Again, if you watch a lot of my videos, you're going to know that I love my script stamp. I just think it ties together so many designs and gives you a bit of a different idea. Now, because we're going to be stamping over the top of our diamond, and obviously there is a height difference between the plastic from the diamond and the card itself, I would recommend you stand for this, simply because you want to apply as much pressure as you can. So I'm just going to pop them out of the way so I can lean over it a little bit more. Move that over there. And we're just going to ink our stamp up. I'm just using Memento ink for this. Of course, depending on the effect you wish to create, you have many different inks you could use. It doesn't have to be Memento. And then I'm just going to push down over the top of this and stamp in my script. Now I can imagine for all of our inky, stampy people, your cogs are already whirring now over ways you could use this, because I'm sure you're starting to see what I'm doing come together. These are just lovely. We will be using these in our lessons shortly as well. I've got a card I'm going to show you with dates already announced that you can come to a lesson if you wish to. If you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I might want a little bit of advice as I'm doing it, then of course you can come to one of our lessons in our Lowestoft or our Great Yarmouth store, and I'll be there to show you how to do this in person. That'll probably do. We could possibly sneak another one on the top there, but I don't. This is just so I can stain my table. Oh, I got away with that. That wasn't too bad, was it? Normally I stain the tables. So, now we can remove our diamond from the middle and hopefully see that pretty much you've got quite a nice crisp, clear effect around the side there, and our diamond is left open. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring back the other part of the mask. We're going to lay that back on the top. Again, you could certainly stencil this in place if you wanted. A bit of stencil tape or masking tape would certainly help you. This time I'm going to go for Wild Honey for my contrast. And we're just going to distress through the middle of the diamond, holding that in place. Just go straight through that one. Brilliant. So nice and quick and easy. Done that one. If you have a little bit of a gap, don't forget I did warn you mine would be a bit more bodged up through speed. But if you do have a bit of a gap, don't panic. There are ways we can cover that up in a minute. But now I've shown you where we've got to. I'm going to pop that back in place, because I'm going to use that to stamp my next one over the top. So this time, now what flower did I steal? Oh, I've stolen the flower from flower set 3. So if you are liking the look of this one when we do it, this is out of flower set 3. We're going to ink over the top of this one again with black Memento. Try and get in all the details. And then we're just going to pop that back over there, and we're going to go for just over one side of it. We don't need all of it. Now again, don't forget to push down quite hard, because we are again working between the plastic and the paper height, so we don't want to miss anything. And then when we pull that off, I've missed a bit of an edge, but you get the idea. As I said, I am trying to be quite quick for you today, so you don't have to wait too long. Of course, especially if you're using a stamp press, there's nothing stopping you matching that back up and just applying a bit of pressure to fill in the bit that's missing if you wish to. As I said earlier, if you do have a bit of an edge where you've missed it, don't worry. Just take a different colour. So for me, I actually use tea dye for this. And I've just gone round and sort of married up the difference between the two. I find if you take a lighter distress ink and just go over the top of them, it will sort of fill in that white and hide that harsh line, and it will sort of just blend them in a little bit more. But you've still got that really nice contrast in the two different colours. Of course, if you wanted to, you could draw in a line around your diamond if you wish to, or you could ink against it. There's so many things you could do if you wanted to. And of course, with the flower itself, there's nothing stopping you painting them in, colouring them in, or distressing them further. There's lots of options we could do with that. Your stencils obviously are white clean. I've used my Lowe's today. Just be careful if you use Stays-on inks, obviously you need your own cleaners to get those off. But everything else will just wash off with a baby wipe or a bit of hot soapy water. But that's just one of the ones I've done. This is one I did earlier, True Blue Peter effect. Especially when you cut them down, you'll get to see a bit better of an idea of how they actually work out. This again is just to show you a simple, quick way to do it. I've just stressed around the edges of it once I've cut round it as well to give you a different idea. And the flower from this one is from flower set 2. That's that really long flower. So it just gives you a different idea, hopefully. As I said earlier, I haven't used the oval or the heart because I've got such limited stock. I didn't want to steal them for myself. So, of course, your diamond and hexagon that I've just shown you are Sten 1. Or you've got Sten 2, which is your oval, and your heart, if you do like the look of those ones. I think they're going to go very quickly, because they really are quite lovely to work with. And as I keep saying, there's so many different things we could do with them, different ways we can dress them up. I think you're going to really like them if you get to play with them. And as I did say, if you are one of our lesson people, you will get to use them in a lesson shortly. Talking of lessons and moving on to showing you our different projects, I have this beast to show you. If I'm honest, I did get a bit caught up in this today and spent a little bit longer than I should have making one project to share with you. It will actually be a lesson. We will be teaching this on Thursday the 29th of March in our Lowestoft store. It's going to start at 12 o'clock, it's going to end at 4. It's going to be £20 a person and you will leave having created this. It starts off as a flat packed box. Or flat pack kit I should say, and then you are going to completely make it, paint it and decorate it to create this effect. Obviously, as you can see, you're using our stamps and we're going to paint it using your COSMIC Shimmer Shakers. Now I've used flower set 6 for my one and a couple of the different COSMIC Shimmer Shaker colours. You will be given all 12 colours to pick from and all 6 sets of stamps. So if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, I like the idea, but I'd prefer one of the other flowers or a different colourway, there's no reason why you can't do a bit of a different idea on it. You will, of course, stick with the gold beads, gold ribbon, and the black background because that really is what makes it pop. We do expect this lesson to sell out incredibly quickly, or both of them to sell out incredibly quickly. Don't forget, you've got Thursday the 29th of March, 12 till 4, or Thursday the 12th of April from 12 till 4. Please do get on that as soon as you can. We don't want you missing out on them. You will actually also be able to book this online. It will be listed as a product and you will be able to book it online. It's the first time we've ever allowed bookings online for lessons, but we know we've got very limited spaces. Wouldn't be surprised to see them sell out quite quickly, so don't hang about if you do want to get on those. Of course, you can pay online via PayPal or by card, so do get it booked and paid for while you can. That, as I say, was my sample for flower set 6. Below it's just a piece of card showing you that you could, of course, do your own backing paper and card. I actually created this and I was going to make a card out of it, and I decided it was just too nice to cut up. I really liked how that looked, and I thought you'd appreciate seeing it as a sheet instead of just hacked about and popped onto a card. But of course, once you've got the stamps and you've got your COSMIC Shimmer Shakers, there's no reason you can't create this effect time and time again in your own colourways with your own stamps. When you are going to colour these, if you're going to use the COSMIC Shimmer Shakers, I would highly recommend that you heat emboss your images. Just because if you use something like the Memento ink, the COSMIC Shimmer Shaker pigments actually cover over the top of it and you can't quite see the lines quite so well. I will show you a card I've done with that, but I did sort of bodge it up a bit because I didn't heat emboss it. So I'd certainly recommend you do heat emboss them if that's what you wish to effect you want to achieve, basically. Moving on, we're going to show you some samples from Flower Set 5. Now this is the first one of the 3D embossing folders you're going to get to see today used on a card. Obviously this is your corners one, which was code 3D1. They're only $5.99. In the middle we have obviously the Flower Set number 5. I've heat embossed that one again, and this one I've actually painted in using distress inks. The same goes for the backing as well. I've done all of different distress inks to colour it, and then I've used my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers in the vintage gold to paint in a few lines around here just to highlight the depth of the 3D embossing folder. One of the little sentiments on there as well, what's that one say? Sent with lots of hugs and kisses. So really lovely one to use as well. That actually comes out of a different set of stamps. I'm trying to track that one down for you, but we'll find it as we go. I don't think it's out of that one, is it? I'll tell you that shortly when we come to it. Moving on, we have another card for you. This is of course using the hexagon of the stencils that comes in Stencil Pack 1, Sten 1 for your code. And of course we've got the flowers from Flower Set 5. And Have a Lovely Day is also in Flower Set 5. And a lovely butterfly in that one as well. This time I've done lots of distressing, same as I just show you how to do in the background. I've painted in a line around the edge of it using my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers, the same as what I've coloured in my actual flowers with, or painted in my flowers with as well. This time I've heat embossed in black to give you an idea. This card is actually going to be one of our lessons as well. It's going to start off in our Lowestoft store. We'll be doing this on a Tuesday evening on the 10th of April. Tuesday evening lessons start at 6:30, they go on till 9. We're then going to be doing it on Wednesday the 11th of April. That starts at 1 and ends at 3:30. And then we do it on a Monday the 16th of April, and that one starts at 12:30 and ends at 3. You can see all of our lessons on our events page on our Facebook account, Craftmania. Pop on there, look on the events page, you'll see everything for both stores on there, including details of our crochet lessons as well, so you might want to have a little look at that. But if you are liking the look of these products, that might be a good lesson for you to come along to and have a go at. There will be another card to go with it, and all of the pricing and infos about them you can read on the actual events page. Moving on, we will look at Flower Set number 4, and our sample for that one is again done on black card. This time I've heat embossed in silver and painted it in with my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers again. In the background we have another one of our 3D embossing folders, and this one is 3D2 for your code. You can see that's really lovely on mirror card, isn't it? That really does give you a different effect, and certainly matches in with the silver embossing from the flowers. So quite a lovely one to work with, that one too. Love these flowers, I think they're beautiful. Moving on, we have Flower Set number 3. Now this is the one where I have only stamped using Memento ink and not heat embossed it. And as you can see, a lot of the Cosmic Shimmer Shakers, where I've used them as paints, have gone over it and sort of covered up the lines a little bit. So do be wary of that, as I say, you do want to heat emboss it. I re-stamped mine over the top and drew in a few of the lines using a pen. But it's certainly a bit of a bodged job in comparison to some of the others. But it does once again show you how wonderful them hexagon stencils are to work with. I really, really want the oval and the heart one, and I've really resisted temptation to steal them today, because I say we just simply don't have enough of them. It would be selfish of me to steal it. So I've been good, but I do want them. Maybe on the next order I might get to pinch them ones as well. Moving on, we have Flower Set number 2. Now on this one we have just heat embossed it in silver, painted it in again with my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers, done distressing in the background, and I love that set. I think that's really beautiful. Again, I'm not a flower whiz by a long shot, but I did like the different colour scheme to what that shows you on the packet. On the packet they're very autumnal colours. I quite liked a bit more brighter and more sort of colourful effect with that one. Again, why not? Spruce it up a bit, don't have to follow the same. But if you do want to, then if we look down to the next card, you can see I've stuck very much more with a more autumnal colour scheme. This time we're using the diamond from our Sten 1 set of stencils, obviously. Again, in the middle I've distressed using tea dye and fired brick to get that sort of peachy shade, and then on the outside I've used some rich cocoa from a Memento and some more tea dye for a bit of a contrast in the sort of matching ups. And then we've got butterflies again, heat embossed this time. On the top of my flowers, you might be picking up a bit of a gold hint as well. I've painted in a few lines just to give a bit of detail using the vintage gold from the Cosmic Shimmer Shakers, to give you an idea of those. I've also put a little bit on the butterflies as well, but you might not be able to see that quite so well. But it's certainly there when you get to see the cards in real life. You might get to see that a little bit better. If you do come to our lessons, you'll see them in your show and tells. The stamp on that one, never give up on a dream. I love that sentiment. I think that's really lovely. And that one does actually come in with set 2, so you have got that one there ready. Moving on, we have flower set 1. Now this one I do think is going to be really popular. This is the first card I did with these ones. So obviously you've got your 2 different dragonflies, and then we've got our lovely lilies bit down the bottom there, water lilies. And of course you've even got the water to be painted in underneath it. All of this has been painted using my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers. I think that's a really lovely set to work with. And so many things we could do with it. I've kept it quite simple because I didn't want to overcomplicate it. The sentiment for this one, You Are My Sunshine, actually comes out of flower set 2. To give you an idea, as I said earlier, there's nothing stopping you mixing and matching them, especially if you do go for the super mega bundle. You're going to have so many options with all your text and flowers. You're just going to be stamping and colouring forever, aren't you? It's going to be a lovely little time. Below that, I really weren't happy with this one, to be honest. I was very tempted not to show it to you, but I think it's only fair you see the things I don't like as well as the ones I do like. So this is just a picture frame. It does actually have a little leg on the back of it to help it stand up. It starts off as grey board, and I've painted it white, and then I've stamped on it and heat embossed it in light blue, which, to be honest, if I'm being brutal, I think that's where I went wrong. It needed a bit more lifting. I really like the gold embossing on the card, but I wanted to show you a different contrast, and I think that's where I went wrong, because it just is a bit bland and a bit too subtle. But it's awkward because sometimes picture frames, you don't want the picture frame to steal the show, you want the picture in the middle to steal the show, and obviously I've left that open for somebody to pop a photo in there at some time. But I'm not overly happy with this one, but it does show you that you can do other things with them than just cards, so that's a different concept. Again, I've just painted it using my Cosmic Shimmer Shakers. I told you at some point I'd get that wrong. Cosmic Shimmer Shakers. And then Mum had come along and added a few gems in the corners because she said a bit of bling would help it. But I'm not convinced. But it's certainly a project you could add to and gives you a little idea of something you could do with them if you wish to. So, little recap then before I leave you in peace. We have, of course, stencils. Stencil 1, $4.99, gives you your diamond and your hexagon. Stencil number 2 gives you your oval and your heart. You can buy them separately for $4.99 a set if you wish to. Or of course you can get them as part of the super mega bundle. You then have all 12 colours of your Cosmic Shimmer Shakers. You can purchase any 4 for £10, or you can purchase them separately for $2.99 each. I didn't actually show you how you could use these as a paint, so I will do that quickly before I leave you. This is actually the tile I've been working on all day, so sorry if it looks a bit messy, but this is actually quite a good point as well. Even if they're dry and you've gone away from them, if you've done this on a palette or a tile like I have, anytime you want to rejuvenate them, just pop a little bit of water on top of them and they will come back to life, and you can use them again as a paint. It's really that simple and really that good value for money. The actual tubs are jam-packed full. There is loads in there, and all I do to use them is just squidge a little bit out onto a tile. Just as I said earlier, take off your shaker lid, and then that's all you need, and then just turn that into a paint just with some ordinary water and you're good to go. And that's as simple as that, to actually turn these into beautiful pearlescent paints. Of course, as I said earlier, there is loads of other techniques you can do with them. You really can use them every way so far. I've tried the same as you can pixie powders. So there's certainly lots we'll be doing with them in the time coming up. So do bear with us and we'll give you more ideas for them. But good time to get them while they're on offer. Back to your stamps, of course, we have flower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. They are all $11.99 a set each. But for every set you purchase, you can pick a free Cosmic Shimmer Shaker colour. So of course that's a nice little way to get a few of them for free. They're of course worth $2.99, so a nice little incentive. And then of course we have your 3D embossing folders. So we have the frame one, which I really love. That's 3D 1. You've then got the swirls, which is 3D 2, and you've got the flowers, which is 3D 3. and they are all $5.99 each. And then we of course have your super mega bundle, which consists of the stencil sets, all 3 of the 3D embossing folders, all 6 sets of the stamps, and all 12 of the Cosmic Shimmer Shakers, all for just £100, actually worth £130.78. As I said earlier, don't forget about your lesson as well. If any of you do wish to attend to do a box, don't forget that you need to get this one booked. It's £20 per person. We do only accept adults or people over 16, so if you are new to our lessons, do read all about the terms and conditions of how our lessons work on our events page. But if you do wish to book onto this one, you can, of course, as I said earlier, do it for our website. It's the very first lesson you can do that for. The dates for this one are Thursday the 29th of March and Thursday the 12th of April. It will start at 12 and end approximately 4 o'clock, and it's £20 per person. Of course, don't forget your other lesson for this one as well, but that will be on your event section. All of the projects I've done today will be popped onto our Pinterest page, so if you haven't as yet, do pop on there and you can pin any of the ones you like the look of. All of our projects from our Sunday showcases do go on there, so you can have a little look back at all of the things we've done before. As always, if you've enjoyed today's video, please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up. If you've really enjoyed it, please share it as well, because that really helps us. The more people who watch our videos, the more successful they are, the better power we have to bring you more products and more videos and better offers. So the bigger our videos get, the better for the both of us. If you haven't as yet subscribed to us on YouTube, please do. We've currently topped, I believe, about 630 people, so we're really climbing at quite a steady rate, which is really lovely. And if you are somebody who's subscribed to us, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to us. Of course, as always, if you have subscribed but you haven't found us on Facebook, pop onto our Facebook page as well and give us a like there, and you'll get to see all new bits as they come in throughout the week, and of course all our events and lessons go on there too, so you can have a look at them. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you ever have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask us on Facebook or YouTube. It's never a problem, or you can even direct message us through our website. I'm always here to answer your questions anytime. Thank you so much for watching today, and I look forward to seeing you on next Sunday when I have another new Sunday showcase for you. Bye for now.